All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Art with Liz, and I'm delighted to welcome both you folks at home and everyone here at the Hoboken Public Library. First, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank the Hoboken Public Library for allowing us to do these hybrid classes during the era of COVID so that people have the option to work in the safety of their home environment and also come to the equally safe Hoboken Public Library to work in person. And a special thank you to our super tech expert librarian, Laura Nattel, who is here to assist us in our class today. Woohoo! All right, I'm super thrilled about today's lesson because it's going to be a little bit different, not a lot, but a little bit different. We're going to skip a long bio intro because we've talked about this artist before. In fact, we talked about him this month even. His name is David Hockney, and I've chosen Hockney because of our month-long theme of summer fun. If you recall, earlier this month, we talked about Hockney in relation to his paintings about swimming pools and cooling off on a hot summer day. But today, we're going to talk about Hockney and his portraiture. So just very briefly, Hockney is a British artist, still alive. He was born in 1938 in obviously Great Britain. And he's now, 83, 84. He's now 84. He's getting up there, but he is still producing and painting and drawing. He's the kind of artist who works every single day. Morning, Susan. He is completely devoted to his art practice. He could not survive. He says that drawing is really his lifeblood, and he must draw every day. And because of that, he tends to draw people that he knows and loves and whom he is surrounded by on a daily basis. For example, his mother. He loved drawing his mother, no longer alive, but his mother was one of his favorite models. And I'm going to show you at least one portrait of his mother. When Hockney came of age and made a name for himself in the art world, it was the era of pop art. And he was at that time considered to be a pop artist. You will see that his work is really much more than pop. It's kind of realistic, almost surreal, particularly in his portrayal of people and in his portraiture. All right, anyone out there have anything further they want to say about Hockney and or his portraits? No. I will briefly talk about the proportions of the human face and give you some tips about how to draw portraits later on in the lesson. First, we're going to look at images by Hockney and discuss them. And then I'm going to do a recap and a review. I think I have no new students today. Laura, maybe you could check that out for me and let me know, please. And so I think it's going to be a review for everyone. We'll go over that. And then I'm hoping our model Bill will be in attendance and we will draw from life. If you would prefer, I'm going to give you some options, but not just yet. All right, any questions or thoughts or ideas so far? Oh, you made it, Esty. Yay. Come on in. Perfect timing too. We're just about to start looking at images of the work of David Hockney. We're going to start, I believe this is a pencil drawing. I want to try and focus on his pencil drawing today because I recommend, particularly for those of you who are feeling like you're pretty much beginners in the world of portrait art, to work in pencil. I love number 2B pencil. It's one of my favorite drawing tools, the ubiquitous school pencil that you used every single day as a child. It is the best drawing tool on the planet, no holds barred. Why? Because it is soft, but you can also make it hard depending on how you use the pencil, and you can erase. And there is nothing wrong with erasing. All right, this is a David Hockney portrait. Pretty extraordinary. My opinion. What do you guys think? Anybody at home or in class? Terrific. Why, Susan?
Just shading, the wrinkles, it's interesting. You have different techniques throughout it.
Okay. I don't know if folks at home could hear Susan, so I'm going to repeat. She thinks it's terrific because of the shading, the wrinkles, the details, and it's different. Any other comments?
I think the intensity of the look that he's giving.
All right, the gaze of the model is pretty intense, isn't it? Kind of mean. It's almost mean.
But it captures a second of an expression.
And the expression. I think that was Lizzie. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Heather.
You also definitely feel the character.
Really, really get the character of this person through this portrait. You almost feel like you know this guy, right? He is a living, breathing person that you're looking at. It is not some made up fictitious, I made up a word, fictitious person. It has to be somebody real to look this detailed. Great comments, everybody.
It almost looks like his nose had been broken.
Could be.
Yeah.
It is slightly off. Oh, and good point from Heather, because this is a great portrait to start reviewing some things to know about the human face. It is, for the most part, symmetrical. And the basic shape of the human head is an oval. I hope everybody can see that. Wider at the top, excuse me, wider at the top and narrower at the bottom. Just like an egg. Great. Yeah, but his nose makes it slightly off kilter because there is an interesting tilt to it, as if it were broken. Okay, let's stop the share on this one. I have a million pictures I want to share with you guys.
Was that his father?
I have no idea who that person was, sorry. But I can show you one of his mother. Let's hop to that. Next. Oh, I thought I could. Oh, here it is. I get it now. I think I finally figured out how to do sharing on Zoom quickly and efficiently. It's only taken me 5 years, guys. But yay, the day has arrived. So this is a wonderful portrait of his mother, very different. Why is this so different from the last one? Thoughts?
Very minimal.
Less detail, minimal.
Linear.
It's very linear, isn't it? Very few lines in this portrait, except really where it matters, in the face.
In the eyes.
And the expression, look at her eyes, are really, I don't know how he did it, but they really carry the feeling of this woman, the kind of soulful sadness And Margot, you said something that I didn't quite hear. Could you repeat it, please?
Said- That's his mother, right?
This is his mother. Yep. How much do we love the hats? I love the hat. Alice, go ahead. This is all line. Yes. This is all line. Yep. No
Looks pic-
shading in this whatsoever.
It looks pixelated, the hat.
I'm gonna shrink it a little.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, something stuck in my throat this morning. Yes, it was very pixelated because I enlarged it for folks here at the library. I mean, there's a tiny bit of shading in the hat. Must be one of those fur hats. Excuse me. And how much do we love the composition? I love this negative space behind her and the shape of the armchair that she's sitting in. Love it. I love it that she's wearing her outdoor clothing. I have this sense almost that she just came in, plunked herself down in the chair. She's completely exhausted. And he took the opportunity to capture her in line. Morning, Bill. Okay, so we're just sharing images now of Hockney's portraits. Where to go next? Let's look at one of his portraits in color.
You know, these were done earlier or later, or
These are all different periods in his, yeah. I don't know if I can do, no, that won't work. Yeah, so I did a stupid brag. I had to stop that share. We're gonna try again. The first one in the queue is that Warhol picture, but when I go to screen share, it's not there. Interesting, right?
Liz, could I ask a question?
Go ahead, Bill.
They
While I
look-
try and
they
puzzle
all-
this out.
They all look interesting. Is there any way to hit slideshow and we would see them all like?
I don't know how to do that. Do you know how to do that?
What would be?
Next week. Here's what I'm gonna try and do. Let's do this. I'm just gonna go to this first one.
It would be on the view.
No.
Wow.
That's not gonna work. All right, bear with me, guys. We're gonna figure this out.
Liz, if you went to view at the top, and it would say slideshow maybe?
No, that's just for participants. We need Michael Buckout. Where is he when we need him? All right, just 1 second, guys. Video, let's try that. But I don't have a video. No, that's not gonna work. Slides. No, can't do it. So this is the one I want to show.
That's the mom, we saw her.
Oh, we saw the mom.
Can you grab it? Can you grab it from where you have it? Like on the screen?
I'm gonna close all of these.
Like in front of you. Like, you have something there.
No, I know what to do, sorry. Hold on, guys. Remember that song? Hold on.
So what you got?
One more hour and my life will be through. Hold on, hold on.
That looks like a wall.
He did portraits of Walker.
Oh,
Okay, so now I wanted to show you one in color. So we'll do this one. So, but now, stop share. Okay, good. Good. Okay, we're back in gear here now. Sorry about the delay, everyone. So here's a portrait in color. Can everyone at home see now? Okay, good.
yes.
Very different in color, right? Look at the beautiful shading. Really, the shading becomes a whole different thing, a very dramatic part of this painting, almost a whole separate shape of this man's face.
Okay.
This is a friend of Hockney's. I love the way the shadow mirrors the pattern in the wallpaper behind him and also the pattern in his shirt. Gorgeous color, gorgeous. Again, though, the expression in the man's face is paramount to this image, isn't it? Even with all that intense color, it's the feeling in this gentleman's face that really comes across the strongest for me. My eyes are immediately drawn to his eyes.
So
right.
how
Show
how would somebody like that, like, did they draw it on the canvas first? Did they draw it on the canvas first?
yes, and I'm going to talk about technique in a moment.
Ah, okay.
Good question. Those are the kinds of questions I want to hear, everybody.
Okay.
So we're going back to a pencil sketch. I have to wait for it to open. Try clicking on it again. Yeah, here we go. Okay, good. This, I believe, is a self-portrait. So this was probably done when he was obviously much younger. What do we want to say about this one?
He's like caught himself off guard, so he's trying to.
Yeah. Yep.
So much emotion in the eyes.
Again, the eyes really play a prominent role in this image. Thanks, Vanessa, I think that was. And Bill, thank you both for your comments.
And he used shading to create, instead of drawing the eyebrows.
Yes. And that was Lizzie, I think. Thank you.
Mhm.
Speaking of shading, notice the different types of shading that
Mhm.
he's used in this drawing. So down beneath his chin, the shading is very rough and textured, and also here on the sides of the face, very, very textured. But here in the brow region above the eyelid, it's so smooth and blended. And I believe the focus on the eyes is because of this deep, dark shadow here.
It almost looks like underneath his cheek, he's erased.
Yeah,
Underneath that ear, it looks like he's erased.
this year or this year?
Not see how the white underneath.
Yeah,
Like,
he probably did.
yeah.
All artists erased. Oh, bravo. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Ethan, you are here. Oh, Ethan is the tiny art person. We love you, Ethan. The presses, you're so cool. For those of you at home, sorry, I'll email these to you. Most of you have these already.
Oh, I love that.
Ethan, bravo. This is why we love the Hoboken Public Library. We just got delivered the proportions of the human face charts.
Hmm.
And I'll distribute them short. Oh, I will email them to you all at home.
I just have to say, one of your ears is long. Yeah, that ear is very
It's
low.
really, it's
Very
very
low.
long.
Now, does his ear really look like this, or is it the way he felt like drawing it? I don't know. Never having met Hockney in person.
Yeah, that ear is very low.
Right? It should be up here,
Yeah.
but both ears are pretty low.
Yeah, but that one-
He could have a physical anomaly. I don't know. God, you guys are awesome that you noticed that. Woohoo.
But his chin is tilted up, so I think
So that would
it alters the,
the ears because
yeah,
his head
the position. Hmm.
so observant. I just am really impressed. We're already thinking on the right side of the brain.
It also seems like he doesn't do any solid.
No,
Like,
no
the
solid.
dark is just not completely solid either.
In the pencil sketches, he does not
Mm.
usually. Although I might show you one of his colored pencil drawings.
Mm.
But here's another self-portrait we can compare. The ears.
Before and after.
Yeah. Before and after the ear operation. I love this one. So he was such a tender looking young man, wasn't he? I just want to hug him. Broad shoulders. His shoulders are enormous. Hi, Donna. Pull up a chair. Yeah, the sweater's really adorable. So this one is done in colored pencil. Oh, I always worry when we see the spinning pinwheel, Laura. But look at the attention to detail. One of the nice things about portraiture is you can get really into the woods on detail. You will have time today to do this kind of detailed exploration. And the way the light was hitting his face, it's pretty dramatic, right? This part of his head almost disappears. That must be because he was either under a spotlight or in a very sunny location. Just a slight little bit of shading under his chin here really defines the shape of his head. It's gorgeous. I think it's a gorgeous drawing.
I love how the embroidery color complements his the flushed cheeks.
Yes, he's a rosy boy. Very British, right? What I stereotypically think of a British complexion. Okay, let's look at one more. I could talk about his work all day. I really love Hockney's, particularly his portraits, because of all the feeling. There's so many I'd love to show you. You can just Google David Hockney and see a million of these portraits. How about a portrait of Andy Warhol? This is a fun one. So this one is a little bit later in his career, obviously. He didn't really get to know Warhol until much later. Slower than molasses in the winter, all of a sudden. Hang in there, everybody. I'm waiting for it to enlarge. There we go. Everybody see it? Again, really powerful emotion in a drawing with very few lines in the facial area. Not sure the media on this one, but it feels like colored pencil, maybe pastel, not sure. Oil pastel. Warhol was not the most attractive person on the planet, but boy, look at those cheekbones. Speaking of Polish, he's got those high Polish cheekbones.
It's very distinctive.
Yes. And the way he focused on his nose here, the heavy outline around the tip of the nose, it's kind of unusual. And I lied. I want to show one more full frontal face, one complete full face portrait, because I want to briefly talk about things I want you to focus on today. What? Oh, above my hairline? Yeah, maybe this one. But I really love this one. And Laura, I'm trying to admit E. And it's my computer is not letting me do anything at the moment. We have a spinning colored wheel. Spinning colored pinwheel, everybody, bear with me.
He's in. He's in.
He's in, but I can't open this image. I'm about to give up. Nope. I think it might have opened. Let's see. Let me open screen share. Yes. Okay, so this is another pencil with maybe a little bit of paint or ink. I don't know who this person is, but you know, he did his friends and lovers, and this face looks familiar to me now. I don't think this one is a self-portrait, but I could be wrong. Yeah, you can barely see them, but there are brilliant observation. Thanks, Lily. There are eyeglasses here. They're those kind of glasses with either very thin frames or no frames at all. And I think he did it on this side with erasure. But okay, here are the things I want to talk about. And I'm going to enlarge this. Sorry to those of you at home for the pixelation, but again, the human face is an oval. Wider at the top, narrow at the bottom. It is symmetrical. If we took a saw and cut this face in half, it is the same on both sides. You can measure proportions by eye lengths. Intellectually, your brain is going to fight this concept. The nose from the bridge to the tip is 1 eye length long. The whole face is 5 eye lengths across. If we drop a perfect vertical line from the inner corner of the eye, it will hit, well, this guy's nose is unusually broad. It should hit the outer edge of the nose. Everybody see what I did? Inner corner of the eye, outer edge of the nose. If we drop from the iris, is it the iris, the little black dot in the eye? From the iris straight down, you come to the outer corner of the mouth. Can you see that at home? It's incredible. And I've said this before, it's so mathematical that the ancient Greeks created a formula, the golden mean formula, to prove that this is true. Okay, other signposts, the ears, as Lily and Heather pointed out brilliantly earlier, the top of the ears is at eye level. The bottom of the ear, this is when you love technology. I'm so thrilled that I decided to do that. The bottom of the ear, whoops. Of course, I had to brag about technology and I screwed up. Okay, so the bottom of the ear, it should be at the bottom of the nose. So he's done some interesting things with spatial things here. But you are the artist. Isn't it good to see that an artist can play around with proportion? I love that. All right. And here's something I've never talked about before. I just realized this shape of the jawline and the chin. You see how there's this angle here at the jaw? Worry about that at the very end. You start with the light pencil of the oval outline first. You work on the features lightly in pencil second. The shape of the face, the jawbone, and the outer edges of the face and the ears, work on that last. Things like eyeglasses, the shape or every eyebrow, every hair in the eyebrow, all that comes at the end. The hat, last thing. All right, are we good to go? Is there anyone in the home audience who wants me to put up the diagram of the proportions of the human face? I feel like I've done that recently. I'm getting a lot of no's out there. Okay, good. So here are your options for today. I want you to focus on Bill's face and try and do portraits. Or you can take a selfie or get a hand mirror and do a self-portrait. Or if you are committed to doing a full figure, you can do full figure drawing of Bill. Any questions? But we've got Bill. I want to use them. I don't want you copying from magazine photos or, I don't know, family snapshots today. Excuse me. And Bill, while people are getting your materials, everyone at home, and here in the library, get your paper, a sharpened pencil, and eraser. That's all you need. Bill, you and I are going to confer in the hallway just briefly.
Sure.
I want to talk to Bill in private.
And I brought a few hats too. One over the top.
Okay.
Are we
So-
doing warm-ups first?
Oh, wait, what?
Are we doing like the 3-minute, 5-minute warm-ups first?
Did you ask? me?
like the 3-minute, 5-minute warm-ups?
Yes, and we're gonna do a blind contour for starters, but I have to talk to Bill briefly.
Okay.
Let's just get your pencil and paper ready. All right, Bill, so let me just talk back here for a second. You're left. Take me with you. Bill.
I bought a portrait someone did of me in Central Park.
Share that later. All right, let's get settled down as quick as possible because we went over time with my blah, blah, blah. No, I don't know why I didn't do that check yesterday. It's just never occurred.
This
This is for next year. Do you want for the senior center?
Okay,
Because they will not pay.
gotcha.
They all pay me.
Are you all ready?
Guys, sit down. Come on, we gotta get going. Chop, chop. On his face. Stop the yakking. Let's go, guys. Is there something on the pencil sharpener? Is it not working?
Really, I love that. Japanese. Yeah.
So offers to Liz, are we zooming in only on the space?
Yes, please.
So he's in there with blanket today.
You want a hat on? You can see the hat size out there, really.
Right, so folks at home, you can't see me right now. Folks at home, Bill has brought in a lot of props, fun hats, because in the age of COVID, we're not going to see part of his face. You can use the mask as a measuring tool for proportion, etc. So the mask is not a hindrance, it's a help. All right, we are going to start with some 1-minute blind contours. You all remember what that is, correct? Get comfy, everyone. The thing about portraits, though, is changing pose is going to be a little challenging. All right, do not lift your pencil. This is just warm up. Your drawings are going to look like scribbles, and begin. Blind contour. Try not to look at the paper. You can do any part of his body now. One continuous line, no stopping, no erasures. You got it, Alice? Yeah, I'm fine. Oh. Watch this back here. Doing blind contour out. Oh. If you've already finished, do it again. Try and slow down. If you're already finished, you're working too quickly. It's terrific from this side. Those of you who are doing profile, you kind of start with an oval. Okay, another blind contour. Begin. Oh, thanks, Bill. Change directions. Slow yourself down. I want you to really slow down and observe what's in front of you. You didn't do it wrong. Okay, let's do another one. My timer anymore for some reason. This is the last blank contour, Bill. And begin. Right, thank you for changing direction so people can see. Come on, Alice. Oh, I thought you were sitting here. Donna, there's a chair here. What? Oh, thank you very much. Laura. Yeah, this one's almost done, everyone. Okay, so we're gonna try 1 3-minute line contour, Bill.
Okay.
So same directions. Begin. And you don't have to just do its face now, everyone. Everyone at home, can you hear me? This is a 3-minute blind contour. One continuous line. One continuous line. No stopping, no erasures. Try and slow your mind and hand down. Pretend that your eyes are an inchworm, inching along the edges of the lines you're looking at. Excuse me. This will be the last blind contour, and then we're going to do our quickie, our other quickie warm-ups. And I should have handed these out earlier to you folks here. I'm so sorry. Can I do this? Good. Some of you are doing full figure for blind contour. Some of you are just looking into space. Either way, it's good. Doesn't matter. Blind contour is complete warm up. Your drawing should look like a bunch of scribbles, something that you're going to laugh at when you're done. If it looks like something, if it's recognizable, you're not doing it right. Your eye should only be on Bill, not on your paper. Only on Bill. All right, that's insane. We got enough pencils. I'll use my electric sharpener at home. For those of you at home, Laura Nattel is such a great librarian. She's manually sharpening like 100 pencils. Okay, so Bill, now we're gonna do
Want another hat? No.
another hat. While Bill's getting a hat, take one and pass it to the next person, please, tomorrow. You take one, Susan, and pass to the next. We're just gonna start with some warm-ups, Bill, some 1-minute poses. I love this hat. Everybody, fucking, he's the best. Okay, begin. So this now, you're looking at your paper. You're erasing if you feel you have time, but I want you to start very simple. Just do the oval of his face. Try and figure out where the features fit on his face. That's simple. You only have a minute. Let's begin.
It's not blank contour then.
No longer blank contour. Now you can look at your paper.
Wait.
Don't worry about it now. Shirley, just keep going. Less than 30 seconds. Now, everyone, you can look at your paper. You can do full figure or just face. Those of you here in the library, if you want to get a better view, you're lucky. You can look at the TV screen. Although I prefer you look at Bill. But you do have the option. And that's the end of that one. Another 1 minute, please. Bill. So these are fast. You cannot do a realistic image now. Begin. Whole idea now is to start training your eye to see what's in front of you. Very fast, Susie. Good. Doing great. Just do the oval. Good. I don't care if these drawings look like Bill. I don't care. I'm sorry. He was asking what was the So for those of you at home, the handouts that I just distributed, I've shown them on the screen before in other classes. They are how to measure the human face by eye lengths and how to line up the verticals and horizontals in the face. So Bill, can we do one more 1 minute, please? I will be emailing them out to everyone probably tonight. Also, oh, I forgot to announce at the beginning of class, I will be away next week, but Bill will be your teacher and it's going to be a fantastic class. Yay, Bill. Oh, look at this hat combination. Okay, let's begin.
Too much?
Never.
It's so fun. All right, we're still in the warm-up stage, everybody. Try not to talk. I'm focused on looking and seeing. It's great. It's so fun. Even if you just try the hats, you're learning to see what's in front of you. gorgeous, the neck. You can look at his neck too. So beautiful in this pose. All right. So those, you couldn't really capture much of anything, right? We are now going to start doing 3-minute poses. You can look at your paper, you can trace, you can start adding a bit more detail. Actually, Bill, I want you to look straight ahead for this one. And those of you on the side, if you don't want to do profile, look at the TV screen. Okay, 3 minutes. Start with the oval. Notice symmetry. Look at the great shadows under the eyes. Look at the size of the mask. Use the straps on the mask to help you see where things are situated on his face. 3 minutes is going to feel like forever. Good. I like to make, when I'm doing portraits, like to make it larger than life. The larger you draw, the more room you have for error. It makes life easier. Oh, great. Real on fire today. Good. So 40 seconds on this one. 40 seconds. Everyone at home, are you copacetic? Everybody good? I'm gonna plug in my laptop. Everyone, because it's probably running out of power. Oh, something in the chat box. Oops. Huh. Is there a way we could get a portable mic that I could clip on? All right, I'll try and be louder, E. Show sorry. Bill, do you have another hat?
Do I have another hat?
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna save the best for last.
This is like vaudeville.
And let's do another 3-minute. This is, I believe, the second 3-minute. Oh my gosh.
I don't know that it's too much.
It's so fun. Bill's doing a costume change, everybody at home. I like it.
Look at the camera.
Yeah, look straight ahead, please. Good. All right, let's begin. Everyone at home, this is 3-minute pose. Again, start with the basic oval, sketch lightly in pencil first. Oh, and someone had that question earlier in class. Does Hockney start, even with his color portraits, start with pencil first? My guess is yes. Start lightly in pencil. If you have time to switch to color, do that later. Look at the positions of Bill's fingers in this pose, because it's going to help you figure out where his nose is, even under the mask, where his mouth might be, etc. It'll help position his eyes. Look at where his pointer finger is in relation to his eyeball. Yeah, the hand is going to help a lot with this picture. And I love the hood. When we get to the longer poses, if you want to switch to working in color, please do. I think with these faster poses, at this point, pencil is best. Sorry, if I know, I would have picked that up where I started. This would have been great. Fine. Yeah, the folds of the hood from the back. So now I can only see your back. It's doing a beautiful one. At 39 seconds. We got a lot done in 3 minutes. The beauty of portrait work is you can get, like I said, into the weeds on the detail aspect. All right, so Bill, now we're going to work up to 5 minutes. Poses. We're going to have way more time to draw today than usual. And begin. So you folks, you can look at your TV. Begin. Everyone at home, you can see okay?
Top of his head is cut off.
Well, draw only what you can see, Margot. We don't really see it here either because he's got his hands over his forehead. I don't know if that helps to make you feel any better. Can you move back a smidge, Bill, maybe?
Which point, with the chair?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is that better, Margot?
A little bit, yeah, you can see part of his forehead now. A little more. You know, don't worry about it.
Yeah, let's restart the pose. You okay with that, Bill?
Is it okay with the home person?
Yeah, she said it's better. So let's begin. This is a new pose, everybody. We're starting again. Not a prob. This is the first 5 minute, right? Great. Great. So less than 2 minutes left. Yeah, now 5 minutes seems to go. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Ellen. Prime Bill. And Helen, cut this about here. Look at the TV screen, Mom. Thanks, Bill. Let's do another 5 minutes.
You could ask the students the next class, please, right, next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
after this pose, we're gonna take a short break. Remind me then, okay? Does anybody have the pile of these? Oh, thanks, Lily. I have this pile. Okay. Do we get a hot change?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Sure. You want the funny one?
Any kind.
Oh, this is
So
the
these
funny
will
one.
help you. Start with oval, the base is symmetrical.
This is the funny one.
So this is going to be a 5-minute pose, and I do want you to concentrate on his face. Still, let's try and do the portrait. Thank you, Bill has changed again. Headgear. Yeah, he's helping me launch my trip to Poland. Which reminds me, everybody, for the class at the Senior Center next week, if you have your own paper, if you are lucky enough to have a sketch pad, please bring it with you next Tuesday. If you go to the multipurpose/senior center to art class next Tuesday, please bring your own paper if you have it.
And any supplies you want, might want to.
And any of your favorite art supplies. Thanks, Bill. Bill's gonna be your teacher both here and at the multipurpose center. How cool is he? Woo-hoo. It's our model extraordinaire and also our teacher extraordinaire. Hoboken. A lot. Somewhere else you can get a free life drawing. Nowhere I've ever been in my life. Adjusting the temperature for us. Snowbirds will be cold and be wherever. Now, on the next pose, I want you, if you have not tried thus far to use something other than a pencil, the next pose, I want you to branch out and try a different drawing media. Try a new challenge. Remember to look at Bill more than you look at your paper, even in these longer poses. The only way to learn how to draw is to look less at your paper and more at the object you're drawing. Bill, sorry to say, you're the objet du jour. How is sound quality at home now? Can you hear me? You're so absorbed in drawing, so that's a good thing. Maybe they can't hear me at all. That's the other thing. Everybody's off camera all of a sudden. I don't know how teachers of children did it. Oh, it's still okay at the podium, but not when I walk around. Love the position of Bill's hands in this one. Hi, Janice. Wow, we got full house. If Tamara is willing, you could sit there, Janice. Thank you, Tamara. Wow. $13 plus 8, we've got 21 students today. Bravo. I'm just really proud of everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to let Bill take a little stretch break now, everyone. And I recommend that all you artists, even seated, you should stretch a little bit, wiggle your fingers. Those of you who just arrived, I'm sorry. For your next drawing, please choose a new media. You might want now to start thinking about working in color. And I'm not going to take a vote today. I'm going to make an executive decision. We're not going to have sharing time today. We're just going to keep working. I hope we don't have a revolution, since I'm making that rather precipitous decision. Laura is adjusting the camera.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, another few seconds, and then Bill, I think we'll jump to a 10-minute pose. And those of you at home, I'm going to hold up to my camera. This is one of the handouts that I gave out today, which I have shown on the big screen before. And the other one looks like this. I think actually I've emailed this to you before also, but I'm going to email both of these images to you later, sometime today. All about the proportions and the symmetry of the human face. Ooh, this is making me seasick. We are now going to do a longer 10-minute pose. Laura just fixed the camera for us. That's why it was shaky there for a moment. Oh, just the colors that Alice picked. Your Bill's psychic sidekick. This is actually one of my favorite color combinations, orange and blue. So thank you, Bill. Lots of interesting fabric things going on here. You can start with the oval of Bill's face and then really get into the material surrounding his face, if you like. Look at that really dramatic dark shadow inside the hood. You can play with that in contrast with the white mask. Loving it. All right, so this is going to be 10 minutes. And let's begin. Start, even if you're using colored media, I would start first lightly in pencil and then work in with the color. If you don't want to work in color, you don't have to. Let me repeat that. If you are not ready yet to work in color, do not. Let's begin. And I'm gonna have some water. Do you want me to leave the room, folks, or are you okay with me? No one seems to care, okay? I'm far enough away. And if you like, in the next pose, I will sit with Bill just for a little bit of variety. It's always a rude awakening when you look at the inside of your mask and it's filthy. Ugh. I didn't notice when I picked it up this morning. Everyone at home, you look okay. Picture on the TV screen is great. Good. You don't have a good view from where you're sitting. Look at the TV screen. You folks who are here in person have got. Oh, we do have this. Those of you who want more art time, the opinion forms are here for you to fill in. The only way we're going to get more art class is if you fill these in. So you fill them in every time we come? I would recommend that, right, Laura? Yeah, I'll hand them out. If you liked having that afternoon class like we had in years past, you've got to express that. There's room at the bottom where you write that in.
At least I got an idea.
Yeah.
Everyone could stop when we stop and fill that phone out, everyone together and turn it together. So we get done.
Mm-hmm. You do that at the end. You do that at the end. Thank you, Bill.
I always stand for bucks.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to force anybody. Some people might not want the afternoon class. But if you're willing.
Is this as an additional, you're not.
Yes, if you want additional art time. The way to get it is to fill in this form. If we keep doing it, if they see there's a real strong interest, they're going to have it. People came in the winter, double classes. People would come and they'd go somewhere for lunch and they'd come back.
Darth Vader.
I loved it when we were doing messy projects, because people would always leave their stuff on the table and not have to clean up till the very end. Like this room is really the lab. Only guys that stink in the other one. This is too many people for that. And that's why we got this one. For the double part. Yeah, we always had the afternoon classes always in the night, which for a while was a problem. We were smaller rooms. But they had the kids' activities were always here in the morning. That's why we did this. Yeah, you could add on the survey at the bottom that we want to exhibit. Because that was fun. That was fun. I loved when we had the opportunity to show our work. Well, they're renovating. There's no room at the moment to do that job. But that's what we can ask for that on these forms, so that when you're done renovating, you can do that again. Yeah, we had some beautiful art shows. You're right. Yep. It was terrific. Those of you at home, you could have the opportunity to show your work here at the library too. And folks, if you want more, I don't know if we could do it hybrid if we extended class time. But maybe you could write in, you could email your wishes about whether or not you want to have more art class time. Laura is going to email the survey to folks at home, and you can fill it out. And at the bottom of the survey, there's room to write in if you want more art class. We can do more art in the afternoon. Plus, if you would like to exhibit your work, you could write that in on the form as well. So less than 2 minutes on this pose. How you doing, Bill?
Good.
seconds left. Sorry, guys. Okay, this pose is over. What do we want to do? Do we want to do 2 10 minutes or 1 15 or 20 minutes? Oh, and I said I would sit for this one.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get my part. You can sit on the stool for a while,
You sit on the chair.
but can you sit on the stool for a while? Yeah, let's do 2 10 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. Now, let me tell the folks at home. Folks at home, we're going to do 2 10-minute poses. Bill and I are going to pose together. Have fun.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Oh, yeah, I feel much better. Cozy. Is the hat good or is it obscuring? Oh, great. What if I do this? Show? Okay, let's go. Draw, everybody, draw. Okay, begin.
Love the hat, Liz.
What, Margot, what?
Love the hat.
Like the hat.
The color and shape suits you. Makes your hair look great. I'm a hat person.
Bill.
What was it called?
Okay, so Bill, you're gonna finish us off with, looks like a 13, 15
Sure.
minute
I'll get my-
pause. And I'm announcing, I hope everyone at home can hear, I'm gonna stay for a few minutes after noon because we had a late start for the class. So anyone who wants to show me their work, for me to give you advice, I will be here for, a few minutes at the end of class. Bill, do you want to do a hat trick? You want to wear my hat?
No, I got my funny
Bill
hat.
has saved the best till last.
This is from a Halloween costume.
Oh, he's got a Halloween hat for the final. And those of you at home, I don't know if you heard me, but if you want advice on your work, I'm going to stay a little bit longer today at the end. If you have questions or need advice on your work, I'm here for you. We got a late start today. Oh, love it. Yeah, you gotta sit looking straight ahead, Bill. I love it.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, you ready?
Oh, carnival.
Thank you, Bill. Okay. No, you can't hold that for 15 minutes. Oh, your arm is resting. Okay, on something. All right, let's begin. And I'm gonna head out to the ladies. I will be right back. Begin, everybody. You can use any drawing media you want now.
One of them. The tissue's kind of coming up over the back.
You wanna fix my hat?
There's nothing to fix.
It's all broken. 62.
So what were you in this hat?
Sure.
Not sure. Lady Liberty?
At least I want it to be animal. It's an ancient sage.
It's like row of pearl earrings.
Yeah.
You're really historical reference.
Yeah. The curtains dress. Oh, that was. And Bill, while I think of it, any leftover paper today, where are you going next? Are you going home? You should take the leftover paper for next week.
Sure. Will do.
And you walk back with me, I can give you more.
Come again?
You want
Oh,
to walk
real quick.
with
No,
me by my
I have
house.
another, okay. But I will, no, this is it.
Okay.
I'll say goodbye when you.
Don't forget to take the hat off. Oh, you're. Okay. That's the elbow. Everybody, remember the face and the hand are the same size. Mine doesn't want to accept that, but it's true. This is great. A little higher and a little wider. So really, if you take this way, this is the shape of the hand. Now it's the face. Okay? So what are you? Focus on the face. Don't draw what you can't see. Yeah. Why spend your time struggling to draw what you can't see? Yeah. stressing over nothing. If you're stuck on one part, drop it, move somewhere else. You can always come back and fix later. Even in sleep, your eyes. What? Your eyes keep shifting. It's natural. Natural. It's one of those automatic. Forget what the word is. Recourse. Yeah. You can't control the movement of your eyes. You cannot. You really do. Yeah, it's a chat. I was wondering. I'm gonna go to the not bothering you? Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother you? Oh, it's 12. I'm waiting for the timer. There's a little over 2 minutes in this pose. You can either start cleaning, guys, or if you're really into this drawing, keep going. Is that all right, Laura? And I promised I would stay a little longer. Folks at home, if you need my advice, you come first today. A reminder, if you are going to the multipurpose center for class next week, if you have your own art equipment, please bring it with you. Bring your paper and your favorite art media with you. Bill will be your teacher there and here next week. My eldest child is getting married. I have to go attend that wedding. And Bill has been kind enough to volunteer to be my substitute teacher. And he is terrific. For those of you who've never experienced him as a teacher, you're going to have a great time. Also, those of you who are here in the library, please fill in the comment form if you feel so inclined. If you want more art class, write in at the bottom that is what you desire. And Bill, we have 45 seconds to go on this pose. Again, I'm going to stay a little bit after class today. Those of you at home, you get preference for help and advice. And those of you here, I'm going to ask you to clean up. And if you want to show me work, you come after. And Bill, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of that pose and the end of class. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everyone, for exploring the work of David Hockney. And great portrait work, everyone. I will see you all in a week and a half. And we will be in the month of September, and our focus will be on our favorite artists. That is our theme for September. And my first artist will be Frida Kahlo, my all-time favorite artist who ever lived. In the meantime, everybody have a great, great time. Art on. Is there anyone at home who wants to talk to me about their work? before we
Yes,
get down? Yes, who is that, please? Liz,
it's Liz. Oh, I'm trying.
okay, hold on. Laura, can we hold on for a minute until Lizzie's
Oh,
get
yeah, yeah.
on camera?
Ah, there I am.
Awesome. Show me your work.
Oh,
Yes. All right.
there was so many angles, and I focused more on the features and almost no features. Everything was prop, if you want to say. So I struggled with that.
Well, I
But-
think it's a great beginning. If you can now, I would go, I know you're going to be working from memory now, but I would go back in and add some shading, especially around his eyes. His eyes are so deep set.
Mhm.
There was a lot of shadow above the upper eyelid, below the brow, and then underneath his eyelashes, you could add some shading to round out the face.
Yeah, I took a picture. I don't know if I'm allowed to take a picture of when he was posing.
I don't think he minds as long as you just use it for your artwork.
Okay,
So
thanks.
work from that print picture and send me your finished work. Send me a JPEG of your finished work.
I know I tried to do the previous one in color, like using at least color pencils, but I can't bridge that gap between pencil and color.
It is,
I got lost. I don't even know where to begin.
it's a whole nother level of challenge. You may need a little bit more practice before you're able to do that, and that's fine.
Mm.
That's fine, Lizzie.
Well, have a wonderful time at the wedding.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Special moments you got to enjoy.
Thank you.
And thank you.
If you want to send me a JPEG of your work in color, do, okay? All right,
Well, we'll try.
see you soon. Anyone else at home want to show me their work? No, I guess not. So goodbye for now and see you soon. All right, I'm leaving the class, Laura. Or are you still recording?